Hey everybody, it's Rob. I'm going to talk about how we bought a vacation rental in Florida from start to finish, our first vacation rental. We didn't really know anything going in, but we went through the process. So I want to show you how you can do it too and see what I did. And at the end, I'll give you an update on how it's going with renting and all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. I have never done this before. I've never even owned a vacation rental before. So you're going to see me go through this step by step. All right, so here's my situation. Married, one baby. My wife loves Clearwater Beach, Florida, and said, Rob, I want a beach house down there. I really want a beach house down there. I said, we can't afford it, we can't afford it, we can't afford it. And then I talked to my broker, who's a real estate investor, and he goes, Rob, let me challenge you on that. You can afford it, and here's how. So he gets up on the chalkboard, he starts drawing, and goes, okay, well, how much could you Airbnb the place for? And blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, like, this could make me money. I just renovated my whole house. I sunk basically almost all my cash into it. I basically have maybe an emergency fund in place, but not a ton of cash. But I have a lot of equity in my house. So I'm going to get a home equity loan. I have a call with the bank tomorrow. And then I'm also going to probably get a vacation rental loan. So I basically blasted out to my network about what I was trying to do. I've had about 50 real estate agents contact me. I've been interviewing them, finding the best one for me. We are working on getting a HELOC, which stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. The appraiser is coming tomorrow. Basically got approved for about $250,000, which is actually a little less than I thought, but that's why it's good to look into these things. We are going to Florida October 15th, and we're going to meet with several realtors and start looking around the area. We're starting to think that St. Pete Beach might be a good place to target, just based on price point, and also like we found out that Clearwater Beach is not very Airbnb friendly. Okay, so we're in the Philly airport. We're getting ready to head to Florida. Hey, we made it. We are in the plane. So the sun's rising here over Clearwater. We selected a realtor. We found one that we thought was really great. We interviewed 3 different realtors while we came down here. Our big thing was really trying to find off-market deals. So we were looking for somebody that really could help us in that regard and really understood investing. And I think all the realtors are really good and talented, but the one we got, I'm just very excited about. We just booked another trip to Florida, so we're gonna be going back in a few weeks. We've selected a realtor. We've also been pre-approved for a mortgage, and we signed the HELOC paperwork on Friday. So we're going to have access to that coming up. So everything's coming along really well. I am getting more set on a duplex in my mind. Marie wants a condo. Stay tuned to see who wins out. All right, so it's a little windy out here on the beach. We're in Indian Rocks. You can see we got a lot of mansions here that are like $3 million, $5 million. Pretty crazy. We put an offer in on a beach house, which is a small condo, 1-bedroom condo. We've made 2 offers on properties in Florida so far. Neither have worked out. 2 different reasons for the 2 different properties. So the first property was sort of just south of Clearwater in Indian Rocks. It was a 1-bedroom, 615 square foot condo on, I would say, sort of almost on the water. I mean, you could see the ocean from the porch. It was just really small though, and that was kind of a challenge. But anyway, they wanted like $390. We offered $350, which I also thought was generous because I really think it was worth maybe $325. But it was doing well as an Airbnb, and it had good rules in place. So one thing I'm finding is really important is I gotta understand the rules of where you're buying, because you're kind of buying a little business, and you need to understand the Airbnb rules in the area. If you can only rent for a month at a time, or 3 months at a time, or can rent every 7 days, it really changes the economics of everything. Second property we saw was down in Treasure Island, and this property was a 2-bedroom place, 900 something square feet. We actually didn't go there, but had our realtor do a video conference for that one. We liked it. We made an offer. It was a pretty good offer. But then it came back that the financing wasn't going to work because this place had just gotten a hotel license, meaning that we had to go to commercial financing. Just made an offer tonight. Stay tuned to see what happens. It's all about trying to reach our goal of living for free. Our offer was accepted, and we are under contract in Florida right now, which is super exciting. It is a challenging process just to go through because of my business and everything else, just getting all the mortgage docs filled out and all that good stuff. But it should work out pretty well. We're going to have a minimum 30-day rental on the place, but when we can rent it furnished and with everything, amenities and all that stuff, we can actually pull a pretty high rent. I'm going to expect somewhere between $4,500 and $5,000 per month in rent. So we may not have it rented every month, but it's at least going to pay for itself, and we're hoping to make a little bit of money on it as well. And of course, it's going to be appreciating, it's going to be paying down the mortgage, and we also got a great deal on it. So that's all exciting. The HOA has a little bit of cumbersome rules when it comes to tenants and getting them improved and things like that. So we are going to have to deal with that. I say that's probably my number one concern right now. And believe it or not, we already have somebody who wants to rent it in February. Great news, we bought a place in Florida. Let me show you the numbers. Let me show you what we bought. It's been a process. We're actually going there on Friday to spend a long weekend there, which will be very nice. And we're taking some friends. It's a huge place. We've got a 3-bedroom with a loft, 1,700 square feet with a 3-car garage. Place is just massive. It's on a island called Island Way, which is right before Clearwater Beach. And this place has the biggest pool and a hot tub on this island. And it's walking distance to the beach if you're up for a little bit of a walk. It's about a mile. So we got 320 Island Way. It was up for $365,000. We offered $345, and they came back and offered us $350. So we accepted $350 because we thought that was a decent price based on the property and the comps in the area. Okay, so next we did inspections and we found a couple issues. The fridge was hitting the wall. Some of the flooring wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be. Let's ask for $6,100. Then we got to appraisal, and the appraiser said, hey, it's only worth $344. Don't ask me why, because I think that was way off. And we basically said, hey, appraise low, lower the price. So that lowered us another $6,000. So that put our final purchase price basically at $338,000. Okay, so you can see we were in for $338,000, which is, I thought, a great deal based on what we were getting. So we got a loan for the property at 3.25% interest, requiring 25% down. To get the 25% down, we took a HELOC against our house for $100,000. So we financed the entire purchase of the property. Okay, so that brings the grand total to $2,650 per month, which we can afford on our own if we have to, but the idea is to have someone else pay for it with rental. So we got to rent it out. We're going to Airbnb and VRBO the property, and it's up right now actually for rent. So you can rent it. I have it up for $4,000 a month. I think once we get a little more rental history, we will get more. The neighbor I have has his very fixed up, very nice and fancy and everything like that, and I think he's getting somewhere between $5,000 and $7,000 a month. So there's a huge amount of income potential for this property. All right, so I hope that was really helpful to you guys. We closed on January 29th on the property, so that, you know, it took a couple months basically is the point. But that was pretty fast, I think. And Jude likes the place. She likes to crawl up and down the stairs and go swimming. We had a great time with our friends down there the other day. I've got renters in right now from March 15th to May 17th. They're paying about $8,500. I've got it rented out in end of January to end of February next year already. And we had a renter go in before that. So we've basically gotten like 4 months rent out of the place. We are getting around $4,000 to $5,000 right now. So that is working out. HOA, you know, they have their rules, so sometimes that's a little bit challenging to try to get everybody, you know, background checked and all that kind of stuff, but we're getting it done, and they're nice people, so it's all working out. And yeah, if you want to do this for yourself, feel free to reach out to me. I help people do this. I can connect you with a realtor in the area that you're looking to do it. I can connect you with people that will help you with financing, and it's definitely a possibility, you know. Just got to open your mind to it, and I hope my journey helps you see that for yourself. All right, have a great day, everybody. Please like and subscribe if you got good value from this content.